What's going on, guys? Aggronix here, and welcome to the final week of the APL Monotype off-season. If you guys are excited to see our final battle of the regular season, and you guys are hoping for us to pull out the W, make sure to slam the like button down below for us, and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. Now, with that being said, let me get on to my opponent, Thunder. Pull up his team for you guys there. His team is very, very good. I feel that, you know, there's a few things wrong with it, like every team in the monotype, but I don't believe Thunder's actually gotten a win so far. Yeah, Atlanta Absols 0-4, so I really don't want to be his only win. Also, we are 3-1, meaning that if we win this game, we are guaranteed to go to playoffs. I think even if we lose the game, there's a very, very small margin where we don't make playoffs, but I do still want to win. His team consists of Manaphy, Mega Gyarados, Rotom Wash, Gastrodon, Tentacruel, Sharpedo, Swampert, and Artillery. And our team is Mega Gardevoir, Clefable, Azumarill, Klefki, Whimsicott, Togekiss, Sylveon, and Granbull. Now, when building for this team, it was much, much easier to build for this team than other teams, simply because he has Mega Gyarados and Sharpedo, two mons that are pretty... There's a very, very low chance that he brings it. The only mon of the two that I could see him bringing is Sharpedo, or a defensive Gyarados. See, Gyarados gets Iron Head, I believe, so he can run a Dragon Dance set, but it's not going to really be able to set up on anything. You know, maybe you can get one kill, maybe, but it shouldn't be too threatening. Sharpedo is the same, it's just it gets Destiny Bond, and that's the other thing. I feel like Sharpedo with Destiny Bond is the mon he'd bring over my Gyarados, but he only has 8 mons, so those two, if he doesn't bring those two, then his 6 is obviously Manaphy, Rotom Wash, Gastrodon, Swampert, Octillery, and Tentacruel. Now, the most threatening mon on his team is Tentacruel, obviously, because we have a Fairy team, it's a Poison type, very, very scary stuff. We need to make sure that that Tentacruel isn't a big threat. Other than that, his team isn't crazy. You know, his fastest mon on his team is Manaphy, barring, you know, Speed Boost, Sharpedo, which, or Choice Scarf Mon. You know, he has 2 electric immunities in Gastrodon and Swampert. Again, that's the reason I feel like he might bring Sharpedo, because I don't think he'll bring both Gastrodon and Swampert. But Choice Band and Swampert would be kind of scary, but I don't know if he'd run that. And Tail Glow Manaphy is always scary, but thankfully we have Clefable. So let's get into it. So we have Mega Gardevoir with the Gardevoir Ice, running Destiny Bond, which is funny because I was just talking about it. Destiny Bond, Thunderbolt, Energy Ball, and Psyshock. Now, this thing basically runs through his entire team. As long as we get our... Are we running Celtorox on Moonshine? We are not. We're running Spikes, though. If we get the Spikes up with Klefki, we basically run through the rest of his team. We speed type with the fastest mon on his team, which is Manaphy. If he's max speed Timid, or max speed Jolly, he's going to be Timid. But he could be a physical set. You never know. You never know. But yeah, this thing basically runs through his team. You know, Thunderbolt and Energy Ball hits his entire team. Tentacruel, obviously Thunderbolt hits Tentacruel, but there wasn't another move I needed, like Calm Mind or something. I didn't feel like Will-O-Wisp was important, and the extra damage output on Tentacruel with Psyshock is really, really cool. So I went with Psyshock. I'm running max speed, like I said, for the Tentacruel. I was gonna run some bulk this week to take hits from Tentacruel, but a Sludge Wave from a defensive Tentacruel doesn't even do 50%, or it does about that actually. So I felt running bulk was not really necessary, and also if he runs an offensive Tentacruel, it means that beating it is like somewhat easier, because if he runs Life Orb, for example, he's going to be wearing himself down. If he runs Expert Belt, he's still not really doing too much, and we should be able to deal with it no matter what. I mean, if he does, you know, it's going to be tough, but I'm hoping he doesn't. Next we have Autumn the Whimsicott making its return. I don't think we've seen Whimsicott in about a few weeks now. I think we only brought it week 1, and maybe... No, I think that was it, yeah. So, making its faithful return, Life Orb Prankster with Giga Drain, Stun Spore, Energy Ball, and Psychic. Psychic, obviously, for the Tentacruel, like I said, Tentacruel is the most threatening mon in the team, so every mon in this team can somewhat deal with Tentacruel, which is nice. Running Giga Drain and Energy Ball just for stab, Giga Drain for like recovery, because you know we're taking Life Orb recoil and stuff. Stun Spore is there because we can take advantage of Prankster and just paralyze the Manaphy or the Tentacruel. I'm not going to click Stun Spore unless I need to, kind of way. Like if I can attack something, I'll attack something because I'm Life Orb. We're running Modest because even with the Modest nature, we do still outspeed the Manaphy at max speed. And you know what, we can even run that. You know what, we can. Yes, 328, yes. So we can even run a little bit of bulk. You know, fuck it. You know, we will. Fuck it. I think Autumn is really, really important. If we can get Autumn in against maybe the Manaphy or something, I want to start this game off really offensively. Next we have Icarus, the Choice Scarf, Togekiss, Serene Grace with Air Slash, Grass Knot, Shockwave, and Thunder Wave. This was the most difficult mon to build with, just because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to run Defog, but I also didn't. I wanted to run Thunder Wave, but I also didn't. I wanted to run defensive to take on Swampert, but I also wanted to build offensively to take on the Manaphy. In the end, I decided to go somewhat both. Running Choice Scarf, be able to outspeed everything on his team. Bar Choice Scarf, Rotom Wash, which I could see coming, which is why Sylveon is so important. We'll get to that later. But we have Air Slash for Stab, Grass Knot, and Shockwave because they're great moves. I run Hidden Power Electric, but there's no point in reducing my IVs and stuff. And Thunder Wave there just in case I need it. You know, if the Gyarados, maybe if it's a bulky Gyarados, sets up a few, you know, Dragon Dances, I could paralyze that thing if I still outspeed it. Or even, maybe even simpler than that, maybe it's just Manaphy is at +3 with the Tail Glow and, you know, Shockwave or Grass Knot doesn't kill. So instead of, you know, going for damage and maybe not winning, I can just Thunder Wave it and then go into maybe Sylveon, and because of the speed I'll be able to kill it. So that's where I'm pretty much going with that. And we're running Modest again, just because we don't need the Jolly. If I run Jolly, that means I still get outsped by a Choice Scarf, Rotom Wash, and I still get outsped by a Gyarados at +1 with max speed, which if he does bring Gyarados, it won't be max speed, it won't be max speed Jolly, you know. Not much more to say on this. Next we have Moonshine, the Clefable, probably the most important mon on the team just because it might come down to Clefable being alive whether we win or not. Leftovers, Unaware with Thunderbolt, Moonlight, Calm Mind, and Grass Knot. The same kind of idea as Gardevoir. Thunderbolt and Grass Knot is fantastic against his team. I'm not running Psyshock because Calm Mind Moonlight is fucking awesome. If we can get a few Calm Minds up, that means Tentacruel isn't a problem anymore, it means Manaphy isn't a problem anymore, it means Gyarados isn't a problem anymore, even though it wouldn't really be in the first place. And he doesn't really have, like, what mon? Like, I don't think actually a single mon gets Roar except for Swampert, you know? And we could just Grass Knot that turn, it's dead. Grass Knot has 100 base power against Swampert, which is important to note. It has a 60 base power against Gastrodon, so Gastrodon is still a little bit scary, but not much more to say about Clefable. It's physically defensive to take on the Swampert. If I ran specially defensive to maybe take on the Manaphy a little bit better, then it might leave me open to, like I said, Choice Banded Swampert, which would be scary. Next we have Chain Chomp, the Klefki, Leftovers, Prankster with Thunder Wave Spikes, Hidden Power, Grass, and Psyshock, running a kind of a mixed set. We're running the 84 Bolt to take on the Gyarados, and we're running the 176 because this is probably my only switch in to a Tentacruel now. Thunder Wave and Spikes are really, really good because I could Thunder Wave the Manaphy, Thunder Wave the Gyarados, I could Thunder Wave the Tentacruel. We get Spikes up. If we get Spikes up, we're pretty much good, you know. It doesn't hit the Rotom Wash, and Rotom Wash is probably the most annoying mon on its team. Tentacruel is threatening, but it's easy to kill. You know, you just keep hitting it over and over again. Because Rotom is immune to Spikes, it's going to be a little bit more annoying to kill, which is why Autumn needed to come, and which is why Sylveon is so important coming up now. And I don't have a ground type, so he's free to Volt Switch every single time, which is very, very annoying. Running Hidden Power Grass for that exact reason. We need to be able to hit the Rotom. I could have ran like Hidden Power Electric to, you know, maybe prioritize the Tentacruel, but that's why we're running Psyshock as well. Running Psyshock over Psychic because he's probably going to run physically defensive. If he does, you know, Tentacruel has better special defense than his physical defense, so Psyshock will do more anyway. And yeah, it's just a pretty simple set. Good. I was actually considering running a Sunny Day Heat Rock set to bring down the power of his water type moves by, you know, a lot, but I decided to go against it just because I was going to run actually like Solar Beam on Gardevoir and Whimsicott, which would have been really, really cool to see if I just started Solar Beaming his entire team, but that would be a little bit too risky, especially if Klefki died, and then I didn't really have room. I wanted Stun Spore and Giga Drain and stuff, so, you know, yeah, and I needed all 4 of these attacks. I needed Hidden Power Grass and Psyshock, but I also needed Thunder Wave and Spikes, so what can you do? And finally we have Sylveon, Leftovers, Specially Defensive with Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, and Psyshock. Now, this is just our switch into Rotom Wash. You know, if the Rotom Wash wants to go for Volt Switch, that's fine. If it wants to go for Thunderbolt, that's fine. If it wants to go for Hydro Pump, that's fine. This thing also takes on a Tentacruel pretty well. The Sludge Wave coming off a Tentacruel won't do over 30%, which is nice. And Psyshock does about 30%, so we're hitting each other for the same. However, we have Leftovers and Wish, and he probably only has Black Sludge. So that's if he runs it. He might run like, is it Kebia Berry to reduce his psychic damage? I don't know the one, but maybe a berry to reduce super effective damage. I'm not sure. Maybe Mirror Coat or something on that. But simple, yeah. Sylveon also takes on the Manaphy quite well as long as it doesn't set up on it. Which hopefully it won't. This is not the plan. Sylveon can take on the Manaphy if it's like Choice Scarf or something, but if it's a Tail Glow set, Manaphy will beat it every single time, but at least we'll be able to get off like 60% first. That's actually a really big overstatement. Hyperforce won't do that much, but it'll do a bit. So that's the team. I'm looking forward to playing Thunder. Hopefully we'll end off the regular season with 4 wins and 1 loss. That'd be really good. We haven't lost since the first week, so we're doing pretty well. And like I said, if we lose, let me take a look at it. The Dominican Drapions play the Real Sociedad. Oh yeah, so we can, let me assure you, we cannot not make playoffs. The Real Sociedad and the Dominican Drapions play each other, which means one of them needs to get knocked out. Either Dominican Drapions go way down, or the Real Sociedad go down. And I mean, if the Real Sociedad and we lose, but we lose by more, then we won't go to playoffs. But then the Dominican Drapions also need to get more than us, so it's complicated. If you can figure it out in your head, I'm sure you'll get it. But yeah, that's basically all we need to say about that. We're gonna jump into the battle with Thunder. Hopefully we pick up the W, and let's see how it goes. Let's do this. Okay, guys, so we are connected with Thunder, the Atlanta Absols. Thunder, good game. What? Good luck, have fun. Not good game, we haven't played yet. Good luck to you, man. I hope you have a good game. Like I said, guys, I want to start off this game pretty offensively. He brings Gyarados and the Sharpedo, so that's pretty interesting, but like I said, I'm not too worried about it. He brings a Rotom. Okay, so he doesn't bring the Swampert or the Octillery, which, to be honest, I was, really fearing Swampert, to be honest. Like, Choice Banded Swampert would really rip through holes through my team, but we don't see it. So leads on his end. I think he's going to lead with either the Tentacruel or the Rotom or the Sharpedo. Like I said, Sharpedo will be, maybe actually I get Poison Jab. Yeah, we have to keep an eye out for that Sharpedo. But if we Thunder Wave it, it shouldn't be a problem. But like I said, I want to start offensively, so I think I'm just going to lead with Gardevoir. If he leads with the Rotom, we take a Volt Switch. If he leads with, yeah, I think that's what we do. If he does, I don't really want to do that though. Yeah, I do. He leads with this monster, which, like I said, guys, this thing can be running Mirror Coat, stuff. But I'm gonna click Psyshock. I'm not gonna think about it. I did click the Mega Evolve button, right? Yeah. If he's running the Psychic Berry, good on his part. I mean, if he goes into Sharpedo right here, I'm not too worried about it. But he goes into Rotom. So this Rotom's going to take a huge Psyshock, which does a incredible amount of damage. I'm going to click Energy Ball, just in case he tries to go into the Sharpedo. We are just going to kill the Rotom, which is so good, because that Rotom, let me tell you, that Rotom was very scary. Is the Tentacruel specially defensive? Because if it's specially defensive, it can't take a Psyshock. He goes into Cindy, which, I think he's gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? What am I trying to look for? Oh, I think he's gonna be the Grass Berry and then Mirror Coat. I think I want to Psyshock just to scout. I'm gonna do that. Whoa, that does tons. Goes for Earth Power. Okay. I'm gonna pick Energy Ball. I thought he'd be the Grass Berry. Psyshock just rips the holes through his team. I really didn't expect this. I thought, I'm gonna click Energy Ball right here. I'm very aware that the Sharpedo might be coming in, as he does go into the Sharpedo. And that thing does have a Focus Sash, so I think he's going to click either Destiny Bond or something right here. So I think I'm going to go in a Klefki. If he does click Destiny Bond, I can just click Thunder Wave and then Hidden Power Grass it next turn. I believe that is my play. Yes. Because he can poison jab the rest of my team. I'm going to go to Klefki, as he does click Protect. We're going to go for Thunder Wave. I want to go for a Spikes. It might even be my better play. And I'm going to go for Spikes now, for sure, because we can really rack up some damage on that Tentacruel. He gets fully paralyzed. I don't know what he's going for, maybe Aqua Jet. We're going to put up another layer of Spikes. And we have Hidden Power Grass with the Gastrodon, so we can actually probably kill that thing. As he goes for Protect. We're going to get another layer of Spikes up. And we get our final layer of Spikes up. Okay. As he goes for Waterfall, and that does quite a bit of damage. But I'm going to pick up a kill with my buddy Klefki right here. We're going to go for Hidden Power Grass. If he swaps out, I mean, something's going to take a hit. And Destiny Bond! There it is. There it is. I knew it would be. But you know what? You know what? We got 3 layers of Spikes up. We have to beat everything at his team right now with Gardevoir, and we're going to go into that Gardevoir. We're going to go into that Gardevoir. He goes into Tsunami the Gyarados. So in comes this thing now. I'm going to go for... I still have Stun Spore, Whimsicott. See, I didn't want Klefki to die because I know if it does, I'm in trouble. But I'm gonna play Energy Ball. If he doesn't Mega Evolve, I'm gonna be upset, and he doesn't.
I'm gonna be upset, and
He gets the Moxie. Yeah, you see. Okay, so we are unaware. Clefable. If he Megas here, I'm going to be really upset. He doesn't. Don't flinch. We do get a Thunderbolt off and we kill the Gyarados. In this league, you're supposed to Mega first turn. So I'm going to be very, very honest. I am upset about that because that shouldn't have happened. I should have Thunderbolted. I should have Thunderbolted, but I didn't want the Gastrodon to come in for free. He does go into the Gastrodon. I'm going to Earth Power. If he has... sorry, I'm going to comment. If he has Toxic, he'll go for it. But I think he's just going to recover here. So that does suck. That does suck. But he goes for Recover. Perfect. And we're getting Leftovers Recovery right here. We should be able to wall this Gastrodon out pretty effectively. If he goes for Toxic right here, I'm just going to start attacking. Goes for Sludge Wave. Wow. And he does get the poison. Alright, so that poison is annoying, but we do have recovery, so it's okay. I'm going to Moonlight right here because my luck is really shit right now. Now, I think I do. Because if I Calm Mind, he's doing less and less each turn. Okay, alright. I think we're pretty good right here. I'm going to go for another Moonlight. I'm going to use all my Moonlights. And, the poison, like, you know, the poison is unfortunate, but what can you do? I'm going to Calm Mind. Okay, I was thinking there, okay, if I did recover there and he went into something, I'd be in a better position, but I didn't think he'd swap out. I think he's kind of, at this point, he's determined. He has to stay in. Gonna go for Sludge Wave again. He's hoping for a crit. He has to get a crit. If he does get a crit, it's gonna do a ton, which is why I'm gonna Moonlight again. Because if he does get a crit right here, I'm actually in trouble. Do I have damage calcs? Okay, let me check this right here. Did he get a crit? That's for Earthbar. Does he have Sludge Waves? No. Alright, so let me just check something. No, thank you. So at +4, which we are at, do I kill with a Thunderbolt at 70 We do. We do. We do kill. So we're gonna kill this thing, because it'll definitely die, because we saw how much Psyshock did. This thing is gone. We definitely kill a Tentacruel, and we should definitely live a hit as long as reasons. So at this point, Whimsicott will just kind of win, because we should still be able to Psyshock if he does get a crit, which I don't expect, but I am aware might happen. You just go in and Manaphy. Grass not only has a 20% power, so I am going to go for a Thunderbolt right here. He does Tail Glow. This thing might be dead. He is this dead. Okay. So Clefable gets 2 kills, and he's just gonna go on a Tentacruel right here. A cool tent. Thunderbolt. If he has Mirror, he does go for Sludge Wave. It does very, very little. And we are going to get a nice little sweep with Clefable right there. And we're going to win the game. GG to Thunderman. Dude, I'm watching you. You're supposed to Mega first turn. That Gyarados. That was cheeky. But we're going to let it slide. It didn't matter too much. It just meant I should have Thunderbolted, granted. But I didn't want the Gastrodon to get a free switch in. And yes, I mean, it didn't matter. But you know, I don't know. I should have clicked Thunderbolt. I should have. But at the end of the day, he broke the rules, so it's not my fault. We do get a 4-0, which was predicted by Champ. I don't know if it would have been a 5-0 if he didn't kill my Gardevoir with Gyarados. If I Thunderbolted, it definitely would have killed, judging from how much Energy Ball did. It did an absolute ton. But I don't know if we would have just won. It would have depended on a few things. It would have depended on Manaphy. Well, actually, I think we would have. We probably would have got a 5-0. At the end of the day, guys, does it really matter? We got our win. We got our 4-0. We are going to the playoffs, and we might even be around seat 1. Take a look at here. Real Sociedad are playing the Dominican Drapions. He has to win 4-0 to get first place. Because of the head-to-head, he beat me. He's my only loss. So he would go, if we were tied, he would go ahead of me because he beat me. So he has to win 4-0 to get a tie with me, and then he'd go ahead. If he got 3-0, I'd be first. So I'm going to update you guys during the week on the seats and stuff, how that has shaped up. But GG to Thunderman. Good game. He's had a rough season. Please show Thunder some love in the comments down below. Mega Gardevoir is an absolute fucking destroyer of worlds, and you can't really blame anyone for losing to it. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button down below first and subscribe. And with that being said, have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye bye.